We're seeing over last year into this year the caliber of weapons being used in the commission of these offenses are rifles. And this case is quite unique because we're seeing emergence of a new round that is being used, a .308 round that was used based on my investigations and queries relating to this round. It is used to hunt big game in North America. That speaks to animals such as elk and moose, and to see a round like that being used on human beings, especially children, really speaks to the level of callousness that persons are exhibiting within the area. I believe they just wanted to kill the target, but the fact that the person was there on a stakeout, waiting on the persons, they have some knowledge of who might have been in the vehicle. It's a public passenger vehicle, and the fact that no regard was placed on whoever was in the vehicle is quite telling to the level of callousness, as I said, that they are exhibiting. It is believed that one person carried out the actual act, but other persons are involved, and the investigations are ongoing in relation to those persons.
At present, we are at a 50% clear-up rate. It's a similar period last year, we were at 48% in respect to clear-up. Last year, this time, we had 99 multiple murders, and at present, we have 98. So by my figures, we are one below.
Que pasa, sac passe, what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. Now the JCF had a very big conference as it pertains to crime and MURDER in Jamaica. There were a couple of expert SSP, Dwayne Wilson, his name is. He is the SSP for the Montego Bay area. There was also an expert from the MID, Major Investigative Division. Whenever there's any sorts of multiple pie up and people lose them life, they are the body of the JCF that takes care of it, investigates it. Now what you hear, Mr. Wilson said, they are astonished to the type of weaponry, firepiece, warhead that is used in the street by these gangsters. Pretty much, I make you know, say, the JCF is outgunned. Not going to say they are outmanned. These tools are in the hands of people that are reckless. Not sharpshooter, not SWAT team by any sense of the imagination. So therefore, it is going to be pandemonium whenever these tools end up in the hands of these reckless criminals. Such was the case as it pertains to 3 people that got caught up, the target, and also 2 youths. I think one was 7, one was 9. They were coming from school or going to school in some sorts of taxi. The hitman, he wanted to take out a target. He was pretty much lay-waiting him, so he saw that there were 2 other kids in the vehicle. However, he knew that he wanted to achieve his objective, get his target by any means necessary. Call it collateral damage, call it casualty of war, it did not matter. Even though he saw that the 2 little youth them going at the vehicle with the taxi man. Once him take out who him go for, him no matter who else, DEAD. That person is presently in the custody of the Popo. The Popo is making you know that yes, we hold on for one, but this is some sorts of gang war that is waging in a Salt Spring, in a Montego Bay, St. James. We know who the culprits are. We held on to the suspect. He is in custody right now. They're also saying that they are pretty much patting themselves on the shoulder and saying that them have a clear-up rate of 50%. This year it was 48% last year. Last year, there were 98 multiple MURDERS. That means that in excess of 2, 3, 4 people get taken out. 99 last year, this year 98, so therefore that is also an improvement. Now people, based on an interview that your Judge Sykes did the other day, he said that the conviction clear-up rate in the courts is 29% for judge cases. That means 3 or 2 or 1 judge is trying the case. As it pertains to jury cases, it is 21.5%. less than 22%. So when we hear stuff like this, we can come to the conclusion that the JCF is over-exaggerating, over-sensationalizing their success. As it pertains to Judge Sykes, he has no reason to lie. 29% less than 30% judge trial, 21.5% for jury trial. So people, like me said before, that is considered epic failure in any other place that have decent law-abiding citizens. That is reason to be concerned. What is even more concerning, based on what the SSP for the era is saying, this is a type of caliber .308, not .38 or .380 shot. We are talking about stuff that is used for big gaming. When we talk about big gaming, that is when you see the buffalo or rhinoceros them in any sorts of Serengeti in Africa. As it pertains to United States, them are talk about moose and elk. So when people are using this type of powerful weaponry, and them are use it on a fire pan van or fire pan taxi with little pitney, it just tells you the coldness and callousness of these criminal elements in Jamaica. They do not respect the living, and even worse, them not respect the DEAD. They do not care about the most vulnerable in a society. If a baby mother with picnic pan BREAStasis, if a old lady, if a little youth, if a suckling pan the breast, any and everybody can get it once they get their target. People, that is very disturbing. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called Make Decisions, Think Rationally, with your brains, not your heart, not your emotions, not your feelings. I am speaking about an incident that occurred in a place called Far Rockaway, that is in Queens, that is in New York, United States to be specific, in which a cousin, I think his name is Courtney Garden, he took out 4 or 5 family members, aunt, nieces, cousin, whatever the relation is. Only one survived. He pretty much juke them up until they lost their life. It was one of those child, 11 or 14, that called the Popo. 2 other person, 30 and 44, and then 61 is the sole survivor. That is the aunt that actually brought him to the house. This aunt was throwing some sorts of sorry-for sympathy party because she felt as if this man needed a next chance. Sometimes when you give people chance, it'll go blow up in your face like when balloon BUSS. So pretty much this man mother, meaning his mother that brought him into the world, decided that she can no longer deal with him. He needs to go to some sorts of nut house, some sorts of foreign Bellevue, where you can get the proper assistant medical treatment by professionals. So therefore, she kicked him out of the house. His own sister that did an interview with the news media said that she would not take him in her house. She was not going to take the chance. So therefore, he ended up at the aunt's house. Now people, me don't know if this mother or aunt is Aunt Teresa or Mother Teresa. Me don't know if she a Christian and she thinks a little different than the average person. But when you hear the history of this man, when you hear that this man is pretty much missing a couple of medication, a couple of rounds of his medication, this man lost his job, this man strive to strangle his own wife. So therefore, nobody wants to do anything with him. Why would auntie, for the life of me and the DEATH of her other relatives, brought this man in a them house? Now people, sometimes it is called pride or yet false pride. Sometimes a lot of family, they have people that have all sorts of mental issue. However, them no want people say, well, you know, so the Brown, them little cousin or nephew, him kind of looney tune. So therefore, false pride don't make them send them go to some sorts of institution in which is the appropriate place for them. Here is the next thing. Whenever you are the decision maker of a household, the decision that you make should be for the best of everybody else that is living there. It should not be to the detriment of the people that lives there. Now people, like them say, hindsight is 2020. I am sure that auntie, had she known that this man was going to flip him lid and lose it and take out any and everybody, including the popo, she would not have brought him there. But here is how some people think. Some people think that everybody is redeemable. Everybody can rehabilitate people. I am here to tell you the God's honest truth. That is not a fact. That is fiction. That is more of a myth. Not everybody is deserving of your help, of your assistance. Not everybody you can just bring into your house. This man was actually a time bomb, just waiting to explode. And that is exactly what happened that unfaithful night in a Queens Far Rockaway, New York, to be specific. You have to understand, if a man try for strangle him own wife or anybody else, this tells you that this man have anger management. This tells you that this man probably have anger or temper beyond repair. It was only lucky that this wife was lucky. So therefore, after that incident, she tell herself, so me I wash my hand clean, me I cut, me I exit stage left, no more turning back, no more ABUSE. So therefore, this man was ABUSIVE. Is auntie some sorts of psychiatrist? Does auntie have any sorts of expertise to deal with people with psychological problem or mental issue? Why is it she was so naive? Why is it that she was so gullible? And people, I am sure that there has been more than one instance in which this man actually snapped. Me don't know if he missing medication a couple of hours before that. However, they should have seen the signs. The signs should have always been there. The red flags, anything you can call it. Now people, I know, or I can just imagine how that aunt is feeling right now when her bad, fatal decision led to her family members losing their life. After going through this, even though she is presently trying to nurse her own wounds in the hospital, don't know her physical condition, I am sure that after this, she herself might need psychological evaluation. She herself might be depressed to the point in which she wants to take her own life. Because after somebody make a decision that impact and cause so much people to lose them life, including her getting hurt, we would not be surprised if she also flips her lid. Just look how much people was affected in this. We are talking about the mother. We are talking about the sister. We are talking about the wife. We are talking about the auntie. We are talking about her immediate family, including the popo that was juk up in New York. New York's finest, the men in blue, that is. So people, me just say, this man was a walking time bomb, just waiting to explode. All the signs, all the red flags were there. Auntie got enough signs and enough red flags. However, like me say, sometimes people are naive. Sometimes people are just too nice. But you cannot be nice to the point in which you are irrational in your thinking. Just imagine this man is a clinically crazy man. Just imagine this man tried to take away his wife. Just imagine this man is suffering from depression. Just imagine he just lost his job. So therefore, he is the type of person that is more than likely going to flip. He has no problem taking away himself. So therefore, if he has no problem taking away himself, just imagine how he feels about you. And that was obvious when he ATTACKED the popo from New York before they took him out. So as far as I am concerned, and like I said, hindsight is 2020. This could have easily been avoided had persons followed the proper protocol, get this man to some sorts of medical institution, if them even have to force him. This was something that you call clear denial. This is something that you call people that see stuff, however, them act as if them not see what them see. Them act as if there is something that can change people. Sometimes you cannot make that change unless people make change themselves. If you are not getting the proper medication, if you are declared as somebody that is pretty much Looney Tunes and you not get the proper medication, you're not at the proper facility to have people to watch over you and diagnose you. That is the case in this case. This man was just a ticking time bomb waiting to explode, and he did that on that unfortunate, not so fateful day. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.